All right, everybody, what's going on? It's Jack, and welcome back to another video. And earlier today, when I saw that one of my fellow content creators out there made a video titled, or something along the lines of, skill-based matchmaking coming to Battlefield 6, I couldn't help but be inspired to make this video because it really made me think. And I'll leave the link down in the description below of Stevius's channel because he's a great content creator, and I highly recommend you guys check him out. And he's one of those guys that keeps it real. And those are one of the guys that I want to be around with. So basically, when he made that title of that video, even though I haven't seen the video yet, I had a 16-hour workday today on Thanksgiving. And actually, by the time you see this, it's going to be early Friday morning by the time it gets uploaded. So I had a 16-hour workday, and it was basically out of necessity. I needed the money. I need to basically not only make enough to pay my bills, but at the same time, I like to save a little bit on the side, to whether it's because in case I want to buy something, or whether it's simply to save it for a rainy day, or in case I get sick, so that way I'm able to rebound, because you sure as hell can't rely on anybody else to do it for you. You can rely on yourself. So here's the thing, and here's how it relates to the commentary. Now, the big question I also have to ask you guys is, what is to stop these other game publishers and developers by implementing skill-based matchmaking into their games when they are seeing how successful, how financially successful Activision is being with their genre in the way they're doing it? Because people will follow the money, and greed knows no bounds. And sooner or later, with enough temptation and consistency, it causes you to give in. Because human beings, people, are designed, and it's scientific, there's scientific evidence behind this. We're designed to take the easier routes instead of the harder routes. And let me tell you, it is a lot easier for most people, not all people, but for most people, it is a lot easier for them to sacrifice their integrity for the dollar, even if it means screwing over other people, so that way they have an easier time, and so that way they don't have to suffer, and so that way they don't have to work 16-hour days on a holiday instead of having the day off, and instead of just having a couple extra bucks in their bank account, if that, as opposed to screwing other people and making thousands and thousands of dollars. Why do you think, do you think that these YouTubers out there that get quote-unquote beastly gameplays by reverse boosting or using Cronus or Zen Maxes or whatnot, and that have been doing it for years now, do you think they give a damn that they're taken away from anybody else out there that is actually doing it legitimately? No, they don't give a fuck, and that's the only problem I have with these reverse boosters or cheaters or whatnot. That's the only problem I have. Other than that, I'm glad that they're successful. If they did it legitimately, I would praise them. But at this point, I don't even. It makes me sick to my stomach when I see it, guys. And just like it makes me sick to my stomach when I see that skill-based matchmaking is what it's doing into games and how games follow one another. Like, for instance, was Call of Duty always interested in Battle Royale? Hell no. It wasn't until Fortnite became big the way it was, and the next thing you know, they implemented a Battle Pass system, a shameless ripoff of Battle Pass system of what Fortnite did. They gave us less content at launch and gave us free content when they used to give us the same amount of content on launch, and they claimed it to be more when it's actually not. I mean, seriously, dude. These guys are basically recycling content in this game as well as what they did in Modern Warfare, and they're basically making us pretend like they're giving us more or something new. I mean, don't get me wrong. We're grateful to have maps and stuff like that, but here's the thing. When you look between the lines and when the shroud is lifted, so to speak, and you can see the big picture when the curtain is lifted, they're basically very cleverly and in many ways taking advantage over the consumers. And we're talking from everything from skill-based matchmaking to recycled content to everything. Like for instance, with Modern Warfare, they did a piss poor job of listening to the community. And we're not necessarily just talking about skill-based matchmaking. We know that that's all Activision. But we're talking about, like, in terms of what the community wanted, in terms of, like, let's say, put Dead Silence into your game as a perk, among other things. I don't want to rinse and repeat too much of what I used to talk about in the past, guys. But the thing is, since everybody follows the money, and the proof is in the pudding, Activision followed Fortnite because they saw how popular it was and how much fucking money they made, even though it was a free-to-play game. And Activision also returned the favor by following Call of Duty by implementing skill-based matchmaking into their games. Apex Legends has skill-based matchmaking in its games, and there are plenty of other multiplayer games of multi-genres out there that have a ranked playlist. And Call of Duty just had a ranked playlist at one point, and pubs were just pubs, and they were very casual. So when you put everything together and how history tends to repeat itself, how long is it going to take before skill-based matchmaking is in every single game because everybody basically is being babied so that way they don't quit playing the game. And as a matter of fact, just like I said in one of my previous videos, I don't think people quit the game that easily. I mean, back in the day, back when I was a noob, I was getting my ass handed to me left and right, but I never quit playing the game. And quite frankly, even back then when I was a noob, I'll even take it a step further and to say I really never bought microtransactions. I've only bought microtransactions twice. One time was in Black Ops 2 because I really enjoyed that game. And I also did it once more in Ghosts, just one time. I think it was one of the map packs, if I remember correctly. But that was it. I never really, other than the DLC map packs of what they used to have in the day or whatnot, I have never spent jack shit on microtransactions ever since. And even back when I was a noob, beyond the game, I never really purchased anything. The only time I purchased was mainly for Black Ops 3 and Ghost. Ghost had some pretty badass DLC, and Black Ops 2, not 3. But Black Ops 2, I was so passionate about that game. I mean, it it spawned my entire YouTube channel, man. Everything started from Black Ops 2. I owe everything to Black Ops 2. And I didn't know, just like everybody else that got into Call of Duty and even on the YouTube scene, we didn't know that it would end up turning into this. And since we know now what it's turning into and how it's happening and everything in between, especially since some of us became so passionate about the subject that we started covering Call of Duty and making a YouTube channel or doing a Twitch channel or whatnot, now that we see things a little bit more clearly, it raises the question. How much time, is it only a matter of time before every single genre of every single multiplayer game out there has skill-based matchmaking in their public playlists? And what kind of an effect is it going to have? And again, as history repeats itself, it's going to have the same effect as it's going to have in Call of Duty. So with that being said, guys, as I near the end of this video, do you think that it has a probability of happening like I think it does? Or do you guys think that I'm reading a little bit too much into it and that it's not going to happen and things will change or whatnot? What do you guys think? Because I want to know down in the comment section. Please let me know, because it is a damn shame of how a game such as Call of Duty that used to do things on a 2-year cycle and give us so much in a 2-year development cycle back in the day with enjoyable pubs, with things that made a lot more sense that they do now, with more stability and everything like that. And then you've got the year 2020 with all this advanced technology with the new consoles and shit. And they release an update, and then all of a sudden after this update, you play Call of Duty and it can actually brick your console, which is absolutely ridiculous. And I'm lucky it didn't happen to me, because when I played the other day, I played a little bit of this game, and guess what? My Xbox and headset shut off, and I thought my console was bricked. I was pissed. But thankfully I was able to turn it back on, but I'm too scared to play the damn game again because of what might happen. But anyway, guys, let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. What do you think the future of skill-based matchmaking with not just Call of Duty, but with other games is in the future? Go check out Stevieus' channel. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. This is Jack, signing off.